Hi, this is Cindy Presgraves with Real Estate Divorce Single Mom, and today I have Vic Wilson back. Hi, Vic.
Good morning, Cindy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
Beautiful day today.
Definitely. So today we're going to be talking about relocating to New Holland, Gainesville, Georgia, Hall County, up here in North Georgia, right?
Right. That's exactly right. Two important words in my life. New Holland. A great place to come back, to revisit, to come see. Come and see. Wherever Chick-fil-A goes, the world goes. And Chick-fil-A has arrived in New Holland. I've been there for a couple of years now. It's a wonderful place.
So I know there's one here and there's one in, is that Flowery Branch and New Crossings or Crossings?
Robson Crossing.
Robson.
They have one on Dawsonville Highway Dawsonville Highway.
Yeah, Dawsonville Highway. And then there's one, though, Jesse Jewell.
But
the new Kroger.
That's the New Holland.
Oh, okay. But that's been only for 3-4 years?
A couple of years, Yeah.
And it stays pretty busy. Chick-fil-A stays pretty busy all over the place anyways, so.
So it stays. I mean, we're still a textile community. But Gainesville also, and Hall County is also still the chicken capital of the world, as far as we know. So chicken moves the world. So Chick-fil-A is here, so there's no other better reason to move to New Holland than that, I think.
Plus, you know what? You also have the lake. It's like, I've had a lot of people relocating. Like right now I have a client that we're closing actually next week. And they're moving from Madonna, Georgia to Gainesville. And they're like, we have no idea what we're moving into. And I'm like, don't worry about it. You're covered here. It's an amazing place to be. So what would bring you to this area besides the lake? You got the chicken plant, there's so many things, the trails, but what things should we focus on when coming to Gainesville/New Holland? And did you know that even though we're in Hall County, Gainesville, New Holland is kind of like their little town, right?
It's an unincorporated village, has been for, since the beginning of New Holland in the late 1800s.
So how do a lot of people get to know like New Holland? Because I've had natives that they're like, what, New Holland? Are you talking about like New Holland overseas? Are you talking about, what are you talking about? I mean, they've been like, that's a town that's here in Gainesville? Of course it is. It's just like down the street.
Well, one of the first questions we want to ask is, if we have children, what kind of schools, what kind of education do they provide? Well, they can go back to Milliken or Packlet and Milliken, who built the mill in the village here, whereas even in their 1927 book that they put out, that one of the things they wanted to erase here in New Holland and hopefully provide for the county is an educational building, provide the best teachers, hopefully to wipe out any kind of illiteracy with evening programs for the adults in the community. So that's one of the questions I would ask. What kind of schools are there for my children and grandchildren? And we have the greatest school system. I mean, we really do. Whether it's in Hall County or in Gainesville, terrific school system, wonderful teachers, and we have superintendents who have dedicated their life here. Will Schofield for the county schools, which is what I'm privy to. I'm a retired Hall County public school teacher, and I'm sure the gentleman or whoever it is that's running the city schools is the same thing because they have great schools. But I would really research that. What do they provide in terms of education? But secondly, the opportunity to work. This mill has had, below us here, has had a sign that they're now hiring for several years now. They're still hiring. The chicken industry, poultry industry, still hiring. So the jobs, schools for the children, the jobs, and homes. Cindy, you know as well as I do now that any home of any value, basically, when it goes on the market, it's sold. You really don't have to advertise or run ads or we've sold a couple of homes where we've had to wait years for an offer or a contract. Now it's a matter of hours. Sometimes it sells before it even goes on the market. So
that is true.
Homes are here. But what would make me move back to New Holland, even though my wife's from Chicago, she's not a mill person, but she is 48 years here now. She is, her heart is with me. And she knows that if I say, well, we need to move back to the village, which she's never lived here, I don't think I'd have much trouble. But finding a home now, finding a way for because we're raising 2 grandkids, we wouldn't want to upset them. But they do have wonderful schools here. We wouldn't want to upset and change their plans. But I would move back to New Holland today if it were possible.
What area would you move in? And my question for you, since you've been a native from here, you've been raised, you've lived here practically your whole life. Now, my question would be, now that we have all these subdivisions, and back then there were not subdivisions, correct?
Right.
Would you move into an HOA or no HOA?
What a question. That's not fair. I know HOAs are for our protection, but they can overly protect. And when you get the wrong people involved, sometimes they can encroach.
That's true.
So I have mixed feelings about that. My wife would lean toward the HOA. I would lean toward, listen, I know when to cut my grass.
Not a lot of people know how to. Not a lot of people will take that into consideration. Be like, do I really have to cut a grass? Can I actually park 14 cars and can I park my car on the lawn? No, you can't do that. Not in an HOA, please.
No, well, it's from our experience where we live now for the last 15 years, or 14 years. It's been good and bad, but I understand the protection. I understand what they provide. And it is good and great, but sometimes from other neighborhoods in the area, they can kind of just step into the zones they shouldn't be in and kind of dictating some rules and laws that we wouldn't have. But you asked me a question, where would I move to? Well, a lifelong friend owns my old home up here where I was raised. I would go to her first and ask her if that home is for sale. And she's going to sell, of course. But it's going to be a matter of how much. And then if not, if she said, no, I'm going to keep on to it, then I would go talk to Frank Norton because I know that he would have a home available. But it would have to be a certain area in the village, not just anywhere. But I was raised here on the hill across from the church, and that's where I'd really like to go back to.
See, that's not bad. I mean, and I've been spending a lot of time in this area. I use a lot of linear therapy in motion, which is like owned by Warner Brock. He's amazing. So if you guys are looking for a physical therapist, he's amazing. I've been going to him for over a year now. I met him through my friend Jessie. She's amazing too, and I'm honestly like it's about connections and actually getting to know this area. And I got my kids. They go to school back here, and it's basically the history and everything around it is like, wow, I cannot believe that. But I love history too. I mean, you see these little houses that have been here for over 100 years old. But now, how well do you know this history? Down the street, there's like is it a public pool, Francis Meadows?
Yes, public pool, that's Gainesville. And it's a wonderful place to go for seniors, for all ages, for therapy. Warner at one time thought about reconditioning the pool here. Francis Meadows has taken that a few steps further. It is for all ages. It's for therapy, aerobics, hydrotherapy, etc. It is just a wonderful place to go to. And they have lessons for kids. They have an outdoor and three indoor pools. And it's
so sports is really high. It's really important in this area too. I was looking into soccer. They have soccer. There's football. There's baseball, basketball. I mean, it's basically getting to know your community and what they offer, even if you're coming in as a family or not, even individually. Like they're starting to have a great, there's this restaurant. I cannot remember. It's like Bourbon Brothers or something. Do you remember the name down the street?
No.
You know which one?
No, it starts with bourbon. I usually don't.
Something with bourbon, but I'll find out. I'll find out the name, the exact name. I think it's Bourbon Brothers. It's where the train was, but now they're actually making it into a fine dining restaurant. So it's really interesting. Now they have down here. That's considered New Holland, right? So they have the luxury apartments, and I think they're starting to build a new subdivision. If not, it's going to be apartments or it's going to be like new homes, new construction homes. And we're like not even 10 minutes away from the lake. So there's different, is it ramps? Boat ramps?
Yeah, sure.
Boat ramps to release the boats.
This the Olympic site, which was built in 1996, still operates. Rowers from all over the world come here still to practice. And here at Lake Lanier, just off Hartsfield Road, they still have that facility. So it has a lot to offer. To be able to live here, you can walk to any restaurant. You can walk to whether it's the best hamburger in the world, Double D, or the Chinese restaurant, Senor Fiesta, or the chicken at Chick-fil-A, or McDonald's. It's here. I'm sure there's others. I can't think of the others. But to be able to walk, my dad spent 40-something years walking to the mill right there to work. Walked every single day. It's just, what else? What else are you looking for?
The hospital. The hospital is like not even, I would say in car would be like 3 minutes. So if you have an emergency, hey, you know what? Right there. And they have it. This is like not a small hospital. It's like, I would say this is becoming like a medical community, if we put it that way. Because once you go into Jesse Jewell Park, and if you Google it, they're actually growing immensely. Like I think they have an oncology.
I'm not sure, but I'm sure.
I know it's an OBGYN pediatrics is huge. So they're actually Northeast Georgia, and don't quote me on this, Northeast Georgia and Longstreet Clinic. Longstreet Clinic is in Oakwood and is in Gainesville. So when you say Gainesville, wait, what? So Gainesville, I would say it'd be between exit 16 and exit 24.
I believe so. 14, I believe.
14 and 16, because it comes into so that exit, and this is 985. So you have that exit between 14 and 12, but some of it is kind of like Flowery Branch. It's kind of in the line, Flowery Branch, Oakwood, and Gainesville, and New Holland. So New Holland is between exit 24, or is it?
And 14.
14 and between 14 and 24?
Actually, it's 14, I believe, in 22.
22.
I'm not sure. I just know the 129 exit and the Rabbit Town exit. That's what we call them.
Rabbit Town is a really, really good restaurant too. So we got we got so much to offer here, and besides the lake, just when you think about it, oh wait, Lake Lanier, where is it? Beaufort? Not only Beaufort, Dawsonville? Not only Dawsonville. I mean, you're basically it's a huge lake, and it's I think it's it has Park Taverns too, which is the biggest tiki bar nationwide, which is pretty awesome. And then they also have golf courses here too. It's more centralized because you got Chattahoochee Country Club, and then Chicopee.
You have Chattahoochee, Chicopee, which is the city golf course, and the municipal county golf course. You have Royal Lakes.
Oh, Royal Lakes too.
And those are the ones that are just here in our neighborhood. But you also have Lanier Islands, which is Lake Lanier Island. I forget the name of that one. But there's one at the islands. And that's, as far as the Hall County area, those are the main golf courses.
And then if you go a little bit further down on exit 16, you can actually go to Chatualan, which is down the road. Technically, let's say down the road through Friendship Road. Mm-hmm. Is it Winder Highway 53? Mm-hmm. Wait, that's called 53 Winder Highway.
211.
Yes, 211. Mm-hmm. And then, which is close. So everything is besides there. Plus, we got wine. So if you want to whine about something, you got the wineries all around too. And that's going to be a little bit further up, right?
Yes, and you have retirement communities, you have assisted living, this place provides help and hopefully rehabilitation for anyone of all ages, but they're here in this community. And that's good for the older folks. We have many people that grew up here in New Holland that are in some of the homes that are close by. And that's big for their families. And that's, the world basically comes by in New Holland every day when they exit the interstate and they take limestone out to Cleveland Highway to go to Helen, to go to Cleveland, Helen, the Alpine Village or whatever. The world comes by New Holland. It did in '96 during the Olympics. So we're right here in kind of the hub. It's a busy, busy area right now, and it has everything and just about anything for everyone.
And it keeps on growing and growing and growing, which is awesome. I mean, it's just like, and I still remember when I came here. Well, you know what? I think I came here 2008, but it was more in Atlanta. So when you think about Georgia, the first thing people think is Atlanta. I want to be by Atlanta. I want to move to Atlanta. Okay, people, we're really talking about something here. You want to be in Atlanta, you're going to be paying for a higher home. You're going to be paying more for a home just because you're near the airport or you're near in the nightlife city. But do you really want to move over there? No. Me personally, no. I mean, I'm really happy here. I don't mind that 45-minute drive to the airport. Yes, I don't do it every day, but I mean, I love the tranquility, the peace and quiet. I get more house here than I get in Atlanta. So if I wanted to purchase a $400,000 house, I'm not going to get my 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom with an unfinished basement here. I'm there up in Atlanta. I mean, I might get probably 3.2. I mean, you might get something, but I mean, if it's updated, brand new construction, I'm not going to be getting that. Don't quote me on that because I mean, there might be a hidden gem or something around there, but it's because I have that peace and quiet. If I want to go ahead and be in the city, like, okay, that's fine. I can do that once a week or once a month, but I don't necessarily have to be in Atlanta just because I want to have fun or that's the only place for me to find things to do. No, that's not true. You need to explore and you need to broaden your things of doing. Like there's a winery, there's flea markets, there's like festivals, annual festivals. What other things they do? I know there's like a lot of other things that are like on an annual basis. Like the town of Gainesville has like these type of festivals, or I can't remember. It's like
they've had Little League parades.
Yes.
Both Gainesville and Hull County. People get together. They have barbecues, fundraisers to help fund. Whether it's the boys club, the girls club, boys and girls club. It's just a community that believes in each other and it grows, and a lot of love and concern for fellow man here and children especially.
And what I like about this, it's I know you guys have like, is it the fall festival? I know like now getting into October, November, December, there's like, is it a turkey run?
Oktoberfest.
The Oktoberfest, which it happens in downtown Gainesville. It's just like probably like 5-10 minutes from here. You can actually get through Washington Street, which is pretty awesome. There is, what else?
Well, there's a chicken statue downtown.
I still have to go to the chicken statue.
they have moved the big trains and the engines and all, but chicken statue still. But it's for a reason. Jesse Jewell and the people who believed and put their life and life savings and interest in this village, in this town, in the chicken industry still very prevalent and offers jobs. Jobs are, rampant here. And Gainesville offers everything. New Holland, another village on itself. We have several villages in the area, but New Holland is certainly one that's seen as kind of a revival. It's coming back. Come and see.
That is true. Okay, so something like really, really cool. All right, so he has his hat. Come and see, right? So I'm going to show you like an 1800. This book was made in the 1800s. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's from 1882 to 1927. And he found something out, like, I guess he saw it recently.
This morning.
Yeah, this morning. All right. So in this case, the introductory note to this book, this is the Pacolet Manufacturing Company. And this was said by Catherine Dozier, Director of Educational Work, Pacolet Manufacturing Company. And the very end, in her introductory note, it says, come and see. I'm going to show it to you so I would be like, hey, what the heck are you talking about? All right, so look at this. Do you see it? It says, come and see. So you got to explore things. You got to get to know about like what is New Holland about. It's come and see. Like we're in the New Holland New Holland building, but it was known as.
It was called the New Holland Gym or the building, and it was for recreational purposes: bowling, basketball. They had parties. This was the men's parlor. They had the ladies' parlor. They had cooking meals service down here, but they also had live Atlanta wrestling here at one time. Something for everyone, a croquet court in the parking lot. But it was something for everyone. Packlet and Milliken knew that in order for this village to survive, they needed to touch our heartstrings, which was our heart. They needed to provide something for employment, for physical, for spiritual, and for recreational purposes. And this gym was built in 1928 to help them, a year after this book was written here, to serve our village here. That's what happened. Now, to go to the saying in the book from Catherine Dozier, last week I spoke mainly about gentlemen that, got the village going, whether it was Milliken or Deering or Packlet. But there's several key ladies that are involved here. One of them is Catherine Dozier, a teacher, a principal of the school, Miss Smallwood, who was a clinic nurse here. But our teachers at that, to me, the greatest teachers in the world, were hired by the mill to educate the kids. My sister, my brother, and I, and my dad all went to school here in the village. And so they put their money here. But for her to say that, come and see, it just makes me have chills, because this is from a TV show. I mentioned it last week. It's called The Chosen. It's not on Netflix. It's not on Amazon. It's whatever. They are trying to keep it from being commercialized. And so The Chosen, you can find it on YouTube. And it's, all the Christian shows on TV. My wife, who was raised Catholic, born again in the mid-'80s, and I, been married for 48 years, we sit there and we cry and we laugh, because they touch our heartstrings talking about Jesus. Now, this says, come and see. A comment in that show says, oh, so in order of talking about Nazareth, well, at least talking about Jesus, well, at least finally something good has come out of Nazareth. Come and see Jesus. This here, come and see New Holland. I'll be glad to take you on a tour here. Warner gives me free roam. It is amazing what's going on here. It's amazing what the Islisters are doing to the field in New Holland. Frank Norton's doing to the streets in New Holland. It's just amazing. It's something that I can't describe. I can't put into words. I'm just glad to be just a small part of it.
Definitely. I mean, and seriously, if you guys want to come and see this amazing building, but it's not only this amazing building, there's so much. I was driving by this morning, and there's the New Holland Church. So it's a New Holland Church. The New Holland building, this is what was named by Warner Brock. And he said it was called the building, but is now called the new
Linear Therapy in Motion.
Yes, Linear Therapy in Motion, but it's called, I forgot the name.
The parlor.
Yes, the parlor. New Holland Parlor. Wait, New Holland Building. Yes.
New Holland Building. This is the parlor.
So right now we're sitting in the parlor, and this is where we have our podcast and all that, which is pretty cool, because it's not only about just the building, but it's the history behind it. It is amazing. I mean, and I'll keep on saying it, downstairs, it has secret hidden passages, and it has little building, rooms and all that. You can never stop exploring more and more of it. I mean, I'm honestly amazed. If it wasn't for my friend Jessie, I would be like, wait, what? I would probably be missing out. I mean, and it's just so Jessie, she and I, she used to be my working out buddy at 4:30 in the morning. And, that's how I met her, through our personal trainer last year. And that's how I basically got connected with Warner, with Linear Therapy in Motion, with Vic. So it's basically bringing the community together and getting to know about what is really the community. And I'm just in love with this area. I am.
Well, it amazes me how Jesse and Warner have recovered in how far they have recovered in such a short time since their amazing tragedy and incident at the first of the year, to the wounds that they had suffered, to the trials that they have gone through. You come in here and you talk to them and you witness and you listen to them. You can't tell that anything happened that almost destroyed both lives. So their spirit, the spirit of New Holland, is in them because they didn't give up. They've revived. They spent more time and more energy and more money in this building because they believe. And they not only that, there's a spirit of love here. It's just love never fails. That's in the Bible. It never fails. And if we continue to do that, hopefully somehow or another, this nation will get back together to where people want to come to see our Congress, hopefully our cabinet and all. But it may just have to start here in New Holland, because New Holland was founded by Mr. Montgomery and Mr. Milliken, a Southern officer and a Northern gentleman, aristocrat. And it says that New Holland is a place for the North and South united to restore hope. And that they did.
See, and I would say that I did not know. We had talked about that previously, but what an amazing history of knowing that the North and the South got united here, came together. Did you know that? Of course not. I mean, and there's a lot of new construction going on. There's a lot of new construction going in the lake. There's lake lots available. There's non-lake lots available. I mean, and when you see Gainesville, yes, you'll see the demographics. You'll see there's a lot of, I would say Hall County per se, but there is so much richness in this area. I mean, there's so much business and money in this area here that a lot of people don't know, especially because of the lake. Not only because of the lake, but it's like Gainesville is divided in little zip codes. Yes, it is divided in zip codes. You got 30506, you got 30501, 4, 7. I might be missing a few, but there's you have I know if you go into downtown Gainesville, you're going to see Enoda. If you go a little bit further up, you're going to have towards the Chattahoochee Country Club, there's going to be another little a mall. So it has no, there's not only one Walmart. There's 3 Walmarts to my knowledge. There's the one in Oakwood. There's the one in
Habersham, Clarksville, I guess.
Oh,
you talking about just around here in Dawsonville?
Yeah, there's one there. But not only that, but there's several Publixes. There's several Kroger's, and if you did not know, there's a new shopping place called Ingles. I mean, when I came here, I had no idea what Ingles was. Ingles is Kroger, Publix, Walmart. Well, I would say most likely Kroger, Publix, and Kroger and Publix is Ingles related to. Do you know of any other shopping there's a lot of diverse stores too. They have the Dominican shop there. They have the Hispanic stores there. There's different areas, Vietnamese stores too. I remember I was looking for a few ingredients, and I Googled, I'm oh wait, and here it is. And the thing is, Atlanta Highway is very diverse with it's completely diverse. And then there's oh my gosh, there's this fish place inside Gainesville. It's
Atlanta Seafood Market.
Yes, fresh fish. If you're looking for fresh fish, that's the place to go. And I think there's another one too. Or is that the one?
Well, we love Red Lobster, but Atlanta Seafood Market is true.
Local, let's support local. Atlanta Seafood Market, and I mean, there's so many things to do in this area that sometimes you'd be surprised of what you're actually finding too. I know there's in this, for instance, in this parlor, and I keep on talking about the parlor because it brings the community together. It has activities, and they have painting classes. A couple of weeks ago, my friend Jesse hosted a painting. I dare you to paint blind, and it was pretty cool because we had to put our blindfolds on, and we had to okay, let's see. And it actually, we had around probably 30 to 50 people that night, and it was pretty cool. So there's different activities that you just have to look into it, see what else there's out there. And you know what? It's a great place to be at. Oh, and if you like donuts, you don't have to go to Buford. You don't have to go to Exit 4. You can just stay here because you know what? The best donuts are in town, and that is called Danny Donuts. Believe me, once you try them, you'll never go back. Promise you, you'll never go back.
Best donuts in the world. When I was growing up, it was in our old Pilgrim's Cafe across the street. The best orange donuts, you fried them right there. Went into the mill, came out, haven't seen them since, the early 70s. But you're right. Danny's Donuts is the real deal.
And they have 3 stores. They have one in Dawsonville Highway, Flowery Branch, and Gainesville.
Winder Highway.
Oh, Winder Highway. Yeah. So, Flowery, is it that?
That's what I would be.
Yeah, that would be Flowery Branch.
It's just a Flowery Branch address, but it's in Chestnut.
So that would be like, if you know where Royal Lakes is, you'll see Royal Lakes is, you'll have that Kroger. The Kroger is going to have like a little shop there, and it's going to be, that's where you're going to find your heaven, your sweetness to heaven, Danny Donuts. And then they have one here behind CVS, which is actually perfect location because you got Burnell University, which now they have like the little bridge over, which is pretty awesome. And I can't remember what they're building besides it, but they have, they have really good donuts. And if you are on your way to like, let's just say Dawsonville or so forth, just go ahead and make a stop there and just grab some Danny Donuts and enjoy. And you can't miss their boba teas. I love their boba teas. If you like boba, just ask them what boba is and just give it a try if you like tapioca. I'm not being paid for this advertisement, by the way.
No. Can't say enough. To get out and walk the village. I still love to walk the village. I used to run the village streets, but to walk, see the different homes that are changing. Still, to see a red mailbox go up. I know that building's redone. Actually, I thought this morning, of all the reality shows on TV, my wife and I sit down and watch some of the homes that are being restored in Galveston or Mississippi and the Gaines out in, I forget where they're, Austin or whatever. But they could do a reality show from right here, how they're flipping these homes and restoring some of them. It's amazing. Just glad to be a part of it.
I'm like, honestly, last week I was looking at an over 100-year-old home. The bones to that house, it was like, wow. I mean, it's incredible. Like, if you compare today's construction with like 100 years ago construction, you can't compare because this house had the original cabinetry. What I'm telling you, the original cabinetry. Okay, if you look into today's house and into today's construction, and I know I'm getting here into a little bit of real estate, but if you compare that with today, think about how many times would you have to actually change your cabinets from here to 30 years or so forth. And usually a lot of people do remodeling. But when you go ahead, a few days ago, I was in a house that was built in, I think it was like 1992. It wasn't like, it was like a little bit opaque and all that. And I understand like quality and updating and upkeeping of the house it's very, very important. But if you see like that solid, I think it was like solid oak. I don't quote me on this, but it was so interesting to see like how high these cabinets were. And then the little, like getting into the attic, believe me, I could fit into the attic, but it was so interesting because it was about like, you have the construction, it was not the same. You had, everything was so different, but at the same time, it's the brick, the masonry, the high ceilings. Yes, they had little closets, but everything has changed back then. So it was like really, really interesting. And I keep on saying, you know what, maintaining and preserving that history is so important. Yes, you can come in and just change it and modernize it. But, like looking at this right now, yes, you're going to see some brick. That is the original brick of this building. This is like over 100 years old. I mean, and you have the plaster too. I mean, now we use drywall for things. We use wood. But there's something else to that history behind it.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't know this, but the brick in our buildings, the one that's A couple of buildings have been torn down. The big office, the school itself, the store that once sit across both here, and also the mill and Gainesville mill. Most of those bricks were made right here across the street where the three springs came together in the limestone down here at the ballpark, where the pump house is. Before the school, before the ball field, that's where they made most of these bricks that go in. Anything that was made out of brick here came from New Holland.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. I learned something new. So they also did brick here?
Yeah.
But do they still do brick here?
No.
Oh.
No.
Just in case, just asking for a friend. But I mean, it's just like, I would say that 5 to 10 years, I can say Gainesville is going to be probably like very, very active. It's going to be, a lot of people are going to be moving. A lot of people are still relocating to Georgia. I mean, they're relocating from Atlanta to Gainesville. And you see, not only you see these $300,000 houses, but now you see these $500,000, $600,000, $800,000 houses. A couple weeks ago, I was in this lake house, and this lake house was an $8 to $10 million home. I like to, and this is actually around the Chattahoochee Country Club, lake property, but they custom made this house, and it's like a European traditional home, which is really, really cool. But I started like driving around the neighborhood, and it was like so interesting. I was like, wow, I had no idea these houses were here. So it's about like exploring and getting to know your community, getting to know your area. Because a lot of people say, there's no high-end houses in this area. You got that wrong. Have you looked at these lake houses? Have you seen about like, oh wait, what? Yeah. Just do a drone fly unless you want to do that. But it's so interesting. It is really, really interesting about this community. It's a hidden gem. I would say it's Atlanta's hidden gem. Where do you want to move? Move to Gainesville. Move to Hall County. Find and explore. You want to get more house for your money? This is a place to be at. You want to get a great education? Fine. If you're not happy with the school system, there's Lakeview Academy right in the back. Don't complain about it. I mean, but it's the community. I mean, I live in exit 16, and I love it because everything is just so nearby. Yes, I mean, I've looked at other houses, don't get me wrong, but do I want to move out of Gainesville? No, I don't. I mean, if I go ahead and look into a different subdivision or anything, nah, I want to stay in this area because not only that, I mean, I've become part of the community. I'm learning more and more every day. I'm getting to know people such as Vic, Warner, Jesse. I mean, it's about the history and the friendship that you build inside the community. That is so important for me.
It's probably one of the things that's one of my fondest memories, before I forget, of New Holland. Is when you drive from Gainesville to New Holland during Christmas. Homes are decorated. But what really stood out is how they used to decorate the mill. In front of the mill, and at one time on top of the mill, they had a sled with these lights, and Santa Claus and the reindeer across the top of the mill from one end to the other. Something happened. I don't know what happened. They took that down, I think, late 50s, but the decorations here. But you're right. There are beautiful homes here. And, around the country club area, the golf course, the lake, fabulous homes for everyone.
And you don't have to be by the lake to get an $800,000 home. I mean, if you go down to Green Street, there's this community. Okay, so this community is 55 and older, and they have $500,000 and $600,000 townhomes. It's a nice community. It's like you just go into, I think it's Prior Street. I cannot remember Candler Street or Candler Drive. Don't quote me on that, but it's Candler something. And they have these beautiful, beautiful townhomes. It's an inside community. Now, if you go down a little bit further down, you have these houses that don't have an HOA or anything, but these are $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 homes. And it's right by the trail, Wilshire. Is it Wilshire?
Wilshire Trail.
Wilshire Trail.
Downtown.
And it's amazing because sometimes you think, oh, wow, you know what? Those are beautiful homes. Yes, they are beautiful homes, but do you know the history about it? And some of these people are renovating. I've seen a couple of houses that are being brought up, renovated completely. Like I mentioned on our previous podcast, was that I have this executive chef. She's the executive chef for Kaya, which if you look, I think it's 3 episodes behind. We actually made a podcast, and she has this beautiful home. And I think this house was built in the 50s or 70s, but she's actually bringing it back to life. But you find cool things like, I can't remember right now, but the wallpaper, the how things were done, like in the kitchen and all that. And it's so interesting because it's preserving. She loves the house because of the history that it has. It's not about like, oh yeah, I'm definitely getting into new construction and all that. But new construction is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love new construction, but are you looking for something that has like a value, a sentimental value, something that has history? Gainesville is the place to go. It all depends on what you're looking for, what your price range is. But I keep on saying, you know what? That area there is gold, because you have the best of 4 worlds, because you got the highway nearby, you got the Kroger, you're kind of centralized, you got the hospital there, Washington Street is growing, you got the downtown that is growing, and it keeps on evolving every day more and more. Right now, somebody put in $28 million into that area, the downtown. $28 million. They're doing like a building or something. And I think they're also building like luxury condominiums or something. Don't quote me on that, but it's growing. It's a town that is growing, and it keeps on growing, and it keeps on getting bigger. Not only that, but it's wealthier too. So, and they're putting down here, it's the music conservative, or where they removed the train from.
I'm not sure what they're doing there.
But they also had the.
I know they moved the trains, but I don't know what they're doing.
Do you know where I can't remember where they moved the train to, but it's a place now where kids can actually get into it.
Near the depot on the industrial boulevard.
And it's like trails, right? That's in a trail area?
No, it's just it's the industrial. It's got the train depot near Gainesville Mill, but it's at the end of Main over Bradford Street. There's a couple of restaurants down there. Haven't been to those yet, but that's where they moved. The trains to.
And that's an area to visit too. I mean, I just love this area because I mean, I have everything that I need just here. I mean, sometimes if I want to go to the outlets, I'll just go ahead and just go to Dawsonville Highway, or there's the outlets in Commerce too. And I mean, if I want to go shopping, want to go a little bit higher end, then I'll go to, I think it's Pips Mall or Lenox Mall up in Buckhead, or is it Buckhead? All right, I'm taking you a little bit out of Gainesville now. But I mean, it's like, depends. When you are relocating somewhere, you got to think, what do you really want? Where do you want to be at? What's important for you? Are the hospitals important for you? Do you want to have somewhere that you have higher taxes? And stick with Gwinnett County, stick with Fulton County. I mean, move to Atlanta if you want to pay higher taxes. But when you're in Gainesville, I say that I can't say enough of this community.
I can't either. I was stationed in Hawaii for 2 years in the Navy, shore station. I couldn't wait to get home. They call that paradise? No.
Are you sure about that?
This was paradise.
But you had the beach every day.
I had Pensacola for 5 months, beach every day, but I drove home every weekend. This was home. My friends, family, everything was here. Couldn't wait to get back to New Holland. Pensacola Beach, nah. Honolulu, Waikiki, married in Honolulu. Couldn't wait to get back here. No, this is paradise.
There's no place like home. Definitely, there's no place like home. It's just like, and then a little bit further down, is J. Morris in Hall County, or is that considered White County?
J. Morris is in Hall County, up near Habersham. J. Morris, Eccles family. They're all Hall County. That's us.
So I had a client. We closed. Actually, you know what? It's been almost a month that we closed in his house. Relocating from Florida. He's retiring. And I kid you not, when we started looking at houses, I drove 500 miles that day. It was like round trip. I mean, it was insane. So we started from Madonna to Madonna. We went to Monroe to Snellville to Lilburn to, we went, I think it was Braselton. No, we went to Cumming. And, you know, if you go from Lilburn to Cumming, that's like an hour and a half, even if you take 400. And it was a tiring day for me. It's funny because the perfect house for him was, you know what, 10 minutes from my house, which is from exit 16. I was like, wow. But he was like, I want to stop that day because he was going to Franklin, North Carolina. He's like, I got to go to J. Moore's. He lives in Miami, Florida. And he's like, J. Moore is the best place to get produce. And I was like, you're coming from Florida to get J. Moore's? Yes, because no tomatoes. You can't find the best tomatoes anywhere but in J. Moore's. And peaches, and I can't remember what else he got. And he showed me everything he got. He's like, he bought boxes to take to his wife. And I'm like, wow, you know, coming from Miami, Florida, driving from Miami, Florida to come and get produce in J. Moore's Farms here in Georgia. That's telling you something, definitely. And he doesn't like he likes everything fresh. So that is really, really important. You know how many people do that? So when was the last time when you went to a supermarket? Of course, you get groceries every single week. But have you ever thought about the freshness of the vegetables and the fruits and all of that?
Every day, J. Moore serves it every day. Beckles family is tremendous. Great, wonderful family. They hire family.
So I would say, and then it's just like, okay, so I got a question. Because I know my ex-father-in-law, he loves these tomato sandwiches. Is that like a Georgia thing?
I hope so.
Because I have no idea.
We wouldn't be here without tomato sandwiches. Fresh tomatoes, Duke's mayonnaise, white bread, sweet tea, and a rerun of Andy Griffith or something on TV is heaven. This is paradise.
Okay, so I really didn't know that was a thing. Okay, because I mean, I kind of got hooked up with the tomato sandwich, and he's like, no tomato sandwich. It's a mater sandwich. It's not a tomato. It's a mater sandwich. I'm like, okay, what are we talking about here?
Oh yeah, that's the way of life here.
So now you guys know if you guys want to eat something from Gainesville, or is it a Georgia or is it a Gainesville thing?
It's a Georgia thing.
It's a Georgia thing. So
we just do it right here in New Holland.
Salt, pepper.
Oh yeah, lettuce. Yeah, sometimes bacon, BLT, but most of the time it's just mayonnaise.
Now I want to eat one of these, but it has to be like fresh. So, all right. So my kids are in Lakeview Academy, but it's funny because it's really interesting. So every time I go outside the school, there's like this little stand of tomatoes that says fresh tomatoes. And I'm like, you know what? That's awesome. You know, having like a fresh tomato is like, it's like heaven.
It's a fruit.
It's kind of like a vegetable, but it's a fruit. But I mean, it's kind of like,
it's nothing like it.
Definitely. So
that was brought over by Spain too, I believe.
I don't know the history behind
I believe. I'm not sure.
Well, you were the social studies teacher, right?
I'm forgetting stuff. I believe that's right.
So, yeah. So if you have any questions, any concerns, and if you guys have questions and want to know about like our next podcast, stay tuned for next Thursday. This is every Thursday with Vic Wilson and Sydney Presgraves, getting to know Gainesville, Georgia, New Holland, a little bit of heaven here from Georgia. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice day.